Somewhere between your kitchen and your living room, your brain may be silently under attack, and it's coming from 5 fruits you trust completely. I'm Dr. Bill Harrison, neurologist and stroke specialist. If you're over 60 and believe fruit is always safe, this video will change your mind and could save your life. While fruits are packed with vitamins, certain varieties, eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong way, can quietly raise your risk of overnight strokes, brain bleeds, or dangerous blood pressure swings. What you're about to learn has helped hundreds of my patients avoid silent strokes that happen without warning. If you or someone you love snacks on bananas, pineapple, grapes, watermelon, or fruit juice, hit subscribe to Inspired Living right now. Your brain is counting on the choices you make today. Today, we'll uncover exactly how these 5 trusted fruits can become stroke triggers, especially during the overnight hours when your brain is most vulnerable. But first, let me tell you about something that happened in my clinic last month that completely changed how I think about fruit and brain safety. Nancy walked into my office looking shaken and confused. She's 74, retired librarian, does water aerobics twice a week, follows a Mediterranean diet religiously. Everything you'd expect from someone prioritizing her health. But 3 nights earlier, she'd collapsed in her bathroom at 2 a.m. Her husband found her disoriented, unable to speak clearly, with her left hand completely numb. By the time the ambulance arrived, most symptoms had faded, but I knew exactly what had happened. A transient ischemic attack, a mini stroke, a warning that a major one could be coming. When I asked Nancy about her evening routine, she described 5 habits involving fruit that millions of seniors do every night, thinking they're protecting their health. When we changed just these 5 fruit choices, Nancy hasn't had a single neurological episode in 2 months. But before I reveal what those fruits were, you need to understand why the hours between dinner and morning are the most dangerous time for your brain. Here's what most people don't realize about stroke timing. Research from the American Heart Association, 2023. Stroke data shows that strokes peak between midnight and 6 a.m., with the highest risk occurring during sleep transitions. Your brain is most vulnerable when your body is adjusting circulation, blood pressure, and oxygen delivery overnight. During sleep, your metabolism slows, your kidneys work differently, and certain foods can create blood pressure swings that overwhelm aging blood vessels. The 5 fruits I'm about to reveal don't just affect how you feel, they fundamentally change how blood flows to your brain during these critical nighttime hours. Let's start with the first fruit that was putting Nancy's brain at risk every single night. Fruit number 1, bananas. Nancy ate 2 ripe bananas every evening because her doctor said potassium was good for her heart. She had no idea those bananas were creating a perfect storm with her blood pressure medication. Here's what Nancy didn't know. As we age, our kidneys clear excess potassium much more slowly. When you eat high potassium foods like bananas late in the day, especially if you're on ACE inhibitors or diuretics, you can trigger what I call potassium overload syndrome. Carlos, 69 years old, came to me after waking up with severe weakness and confusion. His overnight potassium levels had spiked so high that his heart rhythm became dangerously irregular, starving his brain of oxygen for nearly 20 minutes. The danger happens because excess potassium combined with overnight dehydration creates a cascade effect. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rhythm slows. Your brain doesn't get the steady oxygen supply it desperately needs. The result? Mini strokes you never feel. The fix is simple but critical. Limit bananas to half of one in the morning only. After 6 p.m., choose a small handful of unsalted almonds instead. Always discuss potassium intake with your doctor, especially if you're on heart medications. If you've ever felt dizzy or weak in the morning after eating bananas the night before, you're experiencing this cascade. You're not alone, and recognizing this pattern could save your life. Fruit number 2, pineapple. the hidden blood thinner that can cause brain bleeds. Nancy loved fresh pineapple juice every morning, thinking the anti-inflammatory benefits would help her arthritis. She had no idea that pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that acts like a blood thinner. Rita, 77 years old, was drinking pineapple smoothies daily while taking her prescribed aspirin. She suffered a small brain hemorrhage with no warning signs. The combination of bromelain and aspirin had made her blood too thin to protect delicate brain vessels. Here's why this is so dangerous. Bromelain inhibits your blood's ability to clot properly. For seniors already on blood-thinning medications like warfarin, Plavix, or even daily aspirin, adding pineapple can push clotting time into the danger zone. When tiny vessels in your brain rupture, there's no protection, no warning, just bleeding. The solution isn't to eliminate pineapple entirely. Enjoy it in small amounts, preferably midday, and always as whole fruit, never juice. The fiber in whole pineapple slows bromelain absorption. Most importantly, tell your cardiologist about any enzyme-rich foods you're eating regularly. Fruit number 3, grapes. The sugar roller coaster that triggers silent strokes. Nancy admitted she snacked on a large bowl of grapes every night while watching television. She thought she was choosing healthy over cookies, but those grapes were delivering massive sugar spikes that were inflaming her brain's blood vessels. Michael, 72 years old, developed what seemed like early dementia. Memory problems, confusion, difficulty finding words. Brain imaging revealed multiple tiny strokes that had gone unnoticed. The pattern matched his nightly grape consumption, which was spiking his blood sugar beyond what his aging metabolism could handle. Grapes, especially the extra-sweet seedless varieties, are loaded with fructose that hits your bloodstream faster than candy. Without fiber, protein, or fat to slow absorption, evening grapes create dangerous glucose spikes followed by crashes. This roller coaster effect triggers inflammation in small brain vessels and increases nighttime blood pressure variability. For seniors with pre-diabetes or metabolic syndrome, evening grapes can literally feed the inflammation that leads to stroke. No symptoms, no pain, just damage accumulating night after night. Stick around, because after I cover the next 2 fruits, I'll show you the exact brain-safe fruit protocol Nancy follows that completely eliminated her stroke risk. Fruit number 4, watermelon. Nancy loved a large bowl of cold watermelon before bed on hot summer nights. It seemed perfect, hydrating, and refreshing. It was actually setting up a dangerous overnight scenario. Dorothy, 78 years old, was found by her daughter confused and unable to stand one morning. Her blood pressure had dropped so low overnight that her brain had been starved of oxygen. The culprit was her nightly watermelon habit, combined with her heart failure medication. Here's the hidden danger. Watermelon contains citrulline, an amino acid that naturally dilates blood vessels. While this might sound beneficial, for seniors on blood pressure medications, the combination can cause dangerous overnight pressure drops. Add watermelon's diuretic effect from its high water content, and you're creating a perfect storm of dehydration and hypotension. Your brain needs steady blood pressure and hydration overnight. When both drop simultaneously, silent strokes become almost inevitable. The brain suffocates, slowly, without warning. Fruit number 5, fruit juices. The concentrated sugar bomb that spikes blood pressure and inflames brain vessels. Nancy was drinking a large glass of no sugar-added orange juice every morning, thinking it was healthier than coffee. She didn't realize that juice delivers more concentrated sugar than most sodas. Walter, 81 years old, was experiencing morning heart palpitations and dizziness. When we eliminated his daily apple juice routine, his symptoms disappeared within 2 weeks. The concentrated fructose had been triggering dangerous blood pressure spikes every morning. Even 100% natural fruit juices strip away fiber while concentrating sugars. This creates rapid glucose spikes that trigger sympathetic nervous system responses, raising blood pressure and heart rate exactly when your cardiovascular system is most unstable. For seniors on beta blockers or diuretics, this morning sugar shock can overwhelm medication effects. Replace all fruit juices with whole fruits in the morning, and switch evening juices to herbal teas or plain water. Your brain will notice the difference within days. Now, here's the brain-safe fruit protocol I promised. This is exactly what Nancy follows and what I recommend to every patient over 60. Number 1, morning dizziness or weakness that clears up after an hour. Number 2, heart palpitations or racing pulse after eating fruit or drinking juice. Number 3, unexplained bruising while on blood-thinning medications. Number 4, word-finding difficulties or memory lapses that come and go. Number 5, sudden blood pressure readings that seem unusually high or low. Which of these warning signs do you recognize? Comment that number below. If you counted 2 or more, your fruit choices may be putting your brain at silent risk. Remember Nancy, who collapsed that night in her bathroom? 6 months after following what I call the brain-safe fruit protocol, she told me something remarkable. She said, "Doctor, I feel like my thinking is clearer than it's been in years. The brain fog is gone, my energy is steady, and I sleep through the night without worry." Here's exactly what Nancy does now and what I recommend to every patient over 60. Morning fruit only for bananas, grapes, and watermelon, and keep portions small. Your aging metabolism handles sugar better earlier in the day when you're active. Midday pineapple only in whole fruit form, never juice. This minimizes bromolin's blood-thinning effects when they're least dangerous. Evening fruit alternatives. Replace nighttime fruit with a small portion of nuts, a slice of avocado, or herbal tea. These provide satisfaction without blood sugar chaos. Complete juice elimination. Switch to whole fruits with water or herbal teas that won't spike glucose or blood pressure. Track your symptoms for 1 week. Note any dizziness, palpitations, or confusion in relation to fruit timing. Patterns reveal more than single incidents. Now do this quick assessment. Count how many of these warning signs you experience. Number 1, morning dizziness or weakness that clears up after an hour. Number 2, heart palpitations after eating fruit or drinking juice. Number 3, unexplained bruising while on blood-thinning medications. Number 4, word-finding difficulties that come and go. Number 5, sudden blood pressure readings that seem unusually high or low. Comment that number below. If you counted 2 or more, your fruit choices may be putting your brain at silent risk.